Oh, that's a safe word. Jelly is a safe word.
I don't know.
No, you need a safe word when your chains are heat treated.
Yes. Wow.
It's carbon steel, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, heat treated carbon steel.
Oh man. So you want to get into a little bit of women's suffrage?
Well, first of all,
okay.
We have got to stop women from suffering. Flat out.
Too long, too much.
Way too much suffering. How many years has it been? It's been decades.
Since 1865-ish, somewhere around the Civil War era?
No. The suffrage came in the
Oh, they were still suffering before that.
No, they didn't start suffering until the suffrage movement.
Oh! Okay.
That's when we all started suffering.
So this article that I read today that I heard about may go down, like last year Obama promised to do this, and now it's actually coming to fruition. I had a discussion with my wife about it.
Okay.
And her and I kind of butted heads on women's suffrage. I don't know how we got down that road, but
You guys went down that rabbit hole.
here's how it plays out. About a year ago, Obama said, "Hey, it's about time to get all these old white guys off our money. We need to put a woman on our money. All these white guys." And so, Treasury Department says they're not going to touch the $5 or the $10 bill, but the 20 with Andrew Jackson is going to be changed. No longer Andrew Jackson, and possibly Susan B. Anthony, the leader of women's suffrage.
She was?
Yeah, it's back in the day.
Isn't she the one that sewed the American flag? Susan B. Anthony?
No. You're thinking of George Washington's wife.
Martha Washington? Who is going to be on the $20 bill?
This woman right here, Susan B. Anthony. And if you look at her pictures, boy, she looks angry. So anyways, she was a huge movement to allow women to vote. And ironically, it's so weird. I watched one of the people that we listen to a lot. I watched one of his videos that he just put out that talked about women voting and women's suffrage. So I guess this is a big thing now. Back in the day, the only way you were allowed to vote was if you owned land.
Okay.
Pretty much you were a taxpayer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the women's suffrage movement said some of the laws back then were crazy. I understand, and we could rewrite those laws. That's fine. However, the women's suffrage movement was about women voting, women working, women free, equality, the fight, the good fight. Wikipedia has Susan B. Anthony as where they say that she is a social reformer and feminist who played a pivotal role in women's suffrage.
Okay.
And so, as a feminist, she never married because the laws back in the day say that if a married woman could not own land, could not vote.
Because presumably it'd be the husband that owned the property.
Correct.
And then went out to vote.
Correct.
Okay.
So now this, you know how this whole thing is when a man and woman get divorced, like 99% of the time the woman gets the kids and pretty much all the money. That is women's suffrage. They help to push things like that along. They also help to push in conjunction with Department of Education that was completely funded and instilled as a complete independent department on its own by Jimmy Carter, but had been in play for many, many, many years. So there's a lot of things that they were trying to do, but I honestly believe that this feminist, and this is where my wife and I got involved in this, the feminist movement has done more damage.
Really? I can't wait to hear this.
To the family as we've known it for thousands thousands of years.
Please explain this, because you will have women having blood shooting out of their eyes and their ears and wherever.
Okay. The core that we know the family to be, the husband, the wife.
The nuclear family.
The nuclear family, husband, wife, and children. Okay. Even psychologists have gone so far as to define the roles of men and women based on certain things. Men, their eyesight, they have a really good eyesight for focal points. And when they see something, it's not peripheral, it is dead center focal. So when you see, and here's anecdotal evidence. Why do men get caught looking at women? And women don't get caught looking at men. And you say, whoa, women,
I never catch a woman doing a package check.
Whoa, because women never do that. Oh, no, ask your wife.
Uh-oh.
And if she's honest with you, she'll tell you.
Which she won't.
Mine's not honest with me. So anyways, here's the point. They did this whole study, and they found that men get caught because when they see something, to see the detail, to see it all, they must turn their head, turn their focus, turn their gaze to focus in on that one certain thing. That is biologically related to hunting.
Okay.
For animals, long distance, to be able to hunt, to see, to focal point, to focus, and stay focused on that like a laser beam. Women check out packages all the time, yet they're never caught at it because they have they rely on their peripheral, which is biologically and genetically predisposition because of children running around close proximity to you.
You could have a child running one direction, a child running the other direction. You're saying a woman's better at being able to spot if either of them could be going into harm's way.
Your mom will grab the children when they all need to be grabbed. Dad doesn't do that. It doesn't happen like that.
Because they can only see one at a time.
Right.
And one ends up being a distraction that takes your focus away from the other.
Right. And if you're hating me for this study they've done, it's not me. I'm just relaying. Don't shoot the messenger. However, there's something to be said about that. Women take care of the children from birth, breastfeeding, on up. I know I'm going primitive here.
There's a whole bunch of
primitive
generalizations that you can easily make between the sexes. Like, why is it that women find they can be entertained with going out and shopping? Men are just like not entertained.
Possible.
I mean, I'm not saying all men. I mean, there are men that are just like, let's go shopping, and whatever.
Yeah, that's in West Hollywood.
So obviously it's definitely not universal. So we're not being completely bigoted here. It's just that a vast majority of men will find absolutely no pleasure whatsoever in going to a mall where there's a whole bunch of choices, spend a day there, and literally examining hundreds of products, none of which you end up purchasing, and being perfectly fine with that.
And probably not purchase anything.
Yeah.
Going there on purpose knowing that you ain't got no money.
No, even if you did have money, let's just say, you know what? Now I know how much all that stuff costs. And then walking out with nothing.
Hey, Carrie, I'm going to go shopping on Saturday. You want to go with?
No.
Oh, come on. I know you don't have no money, but just come with so we can go view. That wouldn't happen. That would happen with girls, though.
Oh, yeah, girls.
Teenage girls that I went to high school with that didn't really have any money. They loved going to the mall.
Right, and all they did was like to see what was there.
I hated it. If I need something, I will go directly to it, buy it, and leave. That's just what I got to do. Okay. The reason why I'm putting all this out there is because I'm trying to establish what the core of the family is. Women are better suited for nurturing and raising, they hold the whole family together.
Well,
as the nuclear glue.
The rub is, though,
in the house.
Here's where the rub's can come from, is that you can't mandate that what the gender roles are.
Correct.
So there could be a woman out there that does get caught doing the package check.
It's true.
And she might be better at doing that. And she may hate to go shopping. And then on the other hand, you got the man who's like, oh my God, did you see he was wearing white after Labor Day? One of those guys that likes to go to the mall. And
is he married to a woman?
Possibly not.
Or someone who identifies themselves as a woman.
Well, could be a woman that identifies herself as a man. Yes.
And he's a man identifies as okay.
He's a girly man.
A girly man.
So we can't, we don't advocate for pigeonholing everybody.
No, correct.
But I think it is important to recognize that a vast majority of guys, because of their gender, will be better at certain things. And then women, because of their gender, are going to be better at certain things. And it's good to recognize that because it could be helpful.
Okay, so I've been desensitized because I have 3 children.
Okay.
But I'm out at Target with my brother yesterday, who has no kids. And
by the way, I got one for you personally.
Okay.
I got one for you.
So we're there at Target, and all of a sudden he blows up again. I'm like, dude, what's the problem? I got to get out of here. I said, well, we were buying a present for our nephew.
Oh, right.
So we're in, get a present, get out. He's like, I got to go. I got to get out of here. I said, well, dude, what's the problem? These kids. I had both my daughters with me.
Right. They're not his kids, and he doesn't have kids. Or he doesn't. He doesn't raise a kid, but whatever.
And they're both girls, 8 and 7, and they're touching, and they're looking, and they're playing, and they're chitty, chat, talking, doing their stuff. And my brother's losing it.
And you don't even notice it.
I notice it, but I've been desensitized.
It's very, very tolerant.
Right. However, there's other women in the aisle with us, not even batting an eye.
No problem whatsoever.
Not even batting an eye.
Here's the thing.
And I've got good kids, too. My kids are good kids.
In your brother's defense, I remember when I was single, didn't have any kids or whatever. And yeah, that is very irritating.
When I was single, people would hand me and say, hey, you want to hold the baby?
No.
You keep that. I don't want no... Even to this day, somebody said to me the other day, hey, once you pick up that kid, it looks like it needs to be held. I'm like,
no.
Huh? Go get its mom. Like, well, you have kids. You understand. No. I like my kids. I don't like other people's kids.
Well, getting back to your whole thing of peripheral and all that, there was a point in time when we're at this party yesterday where there were lots and lots and lots of kids. And there was a playground. There were kids there that weren't even with us at all, parents that were not even with us, whatever. And there was a point where you were just like, where's Grant? He could have been anywhere.
Now that you're saying that, my peripheral was completely shot, completely gone. I couldn't. Not only could I not see the kids, but I didn't want to see the kids.
We weren't looking for the kids.
Because if I looked, it wouldn't be my kid because there was that many kids there.
Right.
However, dude, my wife was all over that.
Oh, she probably knew exactly where
all was all times. Yes. Right. She's like, oh, he's over inside that playground there.
Us all talking amongst each other, you had just lost track of one of your kids completely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And that being said, also, my daughter who's 9, her favorite thing is, now how old's your youngest?
8. Oh, my youngest, 1.5 years.
I thought 8 months?
Almost two.
My 9-year-old daughter's favorite thing is to find your 1.5-year-old son.
Oh, that blows me away.
When I was 9, I would have been like, oh, get these kids away from me.
At 9 years old, the last thing I wanted to be around was anybody younger than me.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
And especially not babies.
Oh, my daughter loves it. And I don't think that it's unique to her either.
My daughters both love the baby.
Well, there you go.
They're so enthralled with it. However, I do know 2 boys. One boy is 6, 7. His younger brother is going to be 2. He wants nothing to do with him.
Nothing to do with them.
No,
that does not surprise me.
I'm not
at all.
I'm not shocked either. No,
not at all. So there are differences for those of you that don't have kids, particularly kids of different genders, because if you may have 3 boys,
Right.
5 boys. I know one family that's got 5 boys.